Good. Against the gradient. Not exactly the color I wanted, but whatever. It's just an example. It doesn't have to be perfect. Good. So there's my eyeball right there. I mean, if I were to do that, you're not gonna see the eyeball, the real eyeball, because it's behind. But it's still there. You know, if I can match this one up and put that one in, you know, it's still there. Anyways, what I want to do is I'm gonna select the line, and right about the middle, I'm gonna do a line right about there. Right, come on. I'm gonna choose my selection tool. I'm gonna get that arc symbol. I'm gonna move it up. Yeah, right about there. I'm gonna do another line. Oh, that line's kind of too small. Let's make it 1. Okay, that's better. Now I'm gonna do another line. You can use the shortcut as N for Nancy, and it'll do a line too. And use the selection tool and do the same thing, but the other way or the other direction. Okay, so you can see what we're getting at. I don't know. These lines do not need to be here, so select them. Come on, and erase them. Okay, what does it allow me to do? I'm gonna click on the center because it's an enclosed surface or enclosed area. I can select that, whereas before I couldn't. I'm gonna delete it and okay, you see there's nothing there. But if I were to make the eye layer visible, now it's there. So my eye is now there. Okay, now it's not perfect, but I mean, there we go. Right about there, right? So there's my eyeball looking at me right behind. Let me get to the water. Oh, that's good. Okay, so I got my eyeball. Because I got the eyeball is not gonna change per se. Let's make it invisible for now. Well, let's make it visible. I can make it last, but we'll go get into that later. Now, if you look at your timeline, you got two options. You can right click and insert a frame or a keyframe. Keyframes are put in every time you want to change something. Frames is to keep the picture the same. I'm going to insert a keyframe here, and you notice that there's a keyframe at the beginning, there's just a regular frame, and a keyframe. In this new keyframe, I'm going to click outside. I'm going to select this line and make it smaller, and this one do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to select skip one, right click, insert keyframe, because I'm going to make another change. So I'm going to get that symbol, make it smaller, right about there, make it smaller, right about there. Okay, and I'm going to click there and select just a regular frame. Boom. I'm going to test my movie, just pressing enter. You can see that looks kind of a little bit fast. Let's do Control Enter to see how it looks. Too fast. That's fine. What you do is you click on your empty frame, you right click, you insert more frames. So let's insert one of each. Insert frame, not a keyframe, just a frame. And what it is delayed, because if you go to modify documents, it tells you that you're running 24 frames per second. So that's one frame, 2 frames, 3 frames. So you in 1 second you will run 24 of them. So let's test the movie again. And so this is one more. Insert frame, insert frame, insert frame. Okay, and that should be about right. Let's make that invisible for now, so it's getting annoying. I mean, it's not perfect there, but it's just an example. You can tweak it. You can add more frames to make it smoother and etc. etc. But we don't want that. Now notice that the eye does not change, but here you cannot see the eye. I mean, you can only see the eye here, but not there. You can move through the frame, by the way, by using the less than and greater than keys on your keyboard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the last frame right there, but on the eye level. I have to unlock it. Right click and insert a frame. What I'm saying is there's a change in this frame, frame 1, but there is not any more changes for the rest of the movie. On the eye layer, I'm gonna look at it again. On the skin layer, there's actually 3 changes. There's a change there, in that keyframe. There's another change there, and another change there. Okay, I'm done. Now this is inside the movie clip. If I go to the main scene, I'm gonna zoom out using the M or the click on the symbol. Now I can get the beauty of this. I can move this here. I can go to the library and see the eyeball, click on it and drag it. Now I got 2 eyes right there, just like that. I don't want to save just yet. We control enter. So now I got this eyes blinking. Okay, which is good. And then what you can do, you can change the size using the free transform tool. And you got 2 eyeballs. Make it closer. So this one looks, like it's further in the front and the back. And that blinking. Not the best animation, but for now. Okay, let's go back in. Use the selection tool. Double click and go back into your your movie clip, your I1 movie clip. I'm gonna add yet another layer, and this is just a junk layer. I'm gonna erase it. I'm gonna call it junk so you have it as a reference. Like, why would I do that? It's just a reference. I'm gonna select all these frames. I'm gonna copy it, copy frames. I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna paste them, paste frames. Okay. You see this extra? Just select it and remove frames. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is select these frames, right click, and there's a reverse frame. Boom. Now they'll reverse. Let's make this invisible and see how that looks. Let's go. I'm gonna use the less than and greater than symbol to move around. So now it's going the opposite way, which is exactly what I wanted. So now what I'm gonna do is I got 2 options. I can move these frames here in 2 different layers. Sorry, one more. Or I can cut them and click there and paste frames. Now I can take this layer and delete it because I don't really need it. Delete layer. Now notice again that the eyeball, alright, let's make that visible. The eyeball is only visible in the first part, and then I don't have an eyeball. So again, click there to extend the frame, insert more frames to extend it. So if I press enter, so it looks like the eye is blinking. Excellent. If I do control enter, I get a preview of the movie, and I got my first animation of an eyeball blinking. Great. Now what I want to do is I'm gonna go to frame 1, and I'm gonna right click my movie, and I'm gonna duplicate it. Now I'm gonna name it something else. It has to be a different name. So I'm gonna be clever and call it eyeball 2. Now I'm gonna go into it, and I'm inside the movie clip of eyeball 2, which is different than eyeball 1, and I'm gonna prove it to you by doing just another circle. What? That's right, it's locked. Unlock it. I'm gonna do global, put it there. I'm gonna go to the main scene, and I'm gonna put that there. And you can tell there's 2 different ones, so they're not the same. Anyways, let's go into it, and I don't need that oval there. Delete. I'm gonna zoom in to work with it. I don't really. Now what I want to do is I want these eyes to be slightly slower. So I think I can do insert frame, or I think it's F5. Yes, I can F5 the F5 key and insert frames that way. Insert